Hello. Oh my god. I want to encourage everyone to go outside and not take your iPhones with you. Seriously. I just had such a lovely. How do I sit? I just had such a lovely evening, and I didn't use Instagram. I didn't check my messages. I didn't read anything on my phone. I just wasn't looking at my phone the whole evening. And it was amazing. Oh. I I went for a walk to the park. I live right next to this big Letna park and it's huge. And I think they made it somehow even bigger or I just never walked the whole thing because I didn't know there's so many like ponds. I think that's what they're called. I saw maybe one, but there are like five. And they're so beautiful and it's so huge and it's not packed at all. You have plenty of space to just chill whatever you want. And it was perfect temperature because I went out when it was like 7 or something. And I was just walking and looking around and then I found a beautiful bench and I sat there and I was journaling and it was so good. And then I went even further in that park. Honestly, it's like so big. What the fuck? I went all the way. I didn't even go to the end, but I went further and it was so nice. And then I started reading this book that I brought with me, which is actually amazing. It's a book about marketing and about funnels. um, and it's super cool. I'm like saying how cool is it, but I'm not gonna say the name. It's called Dot Com Secrets by Russell someone Brunson, I think. I'm not sure. Yeah, so I really recommend this book if you're building your business, maybe, or like trying to sell something online. A really good one. But anyway, I was reading this book and then I journaled about this dumpling place in Latna where I used to go on dates with my best friend Misha. If you're watching this video, Misha, I love you so much and I miss you. We used to go on dates there with her, and I also used to go on dates there with my ex. And I used to take myself on dates there from time to time. And I really like that place, and I haven't been there since forever, like more than a year and a half I haven't been there. And I was like, oh, that would be cute to go there. So I walked all the way there and literally the cutest thing happened. I come in and I ask the lady to give me a table for one outside, and she's like, oh, you haven't been here for a while, huh? And I'm like, I opened my fucking mouth. I was like, yeah, I haven't. How did you fucking recognize me? Because it's not like I was going to this place often, you know? I would go maybe once per 2 months or whatever. So it's just so odd that she remembered me. And it made me feel so happy that someone literally recognized me and remembered me and like asked me that, like, and like told me that I haven't been there for a while. I was just so touched by this. I felt so valued as a customer. And I was just like, oh, it felt so good just like being there, sitting there. I sat outside and I had a table next to this couple, which was quite funny because the woman was so, at least from my perspective, was so not into this whole date they were having, and she was like on her phone constantly, and the guy was like entertaining her, but she was just like whatever. But I don't know. But it was just funny to be next to them. And I journaled a bit more. I ate some really yummy vegan dim sums. Is that, I don't know the translation of dim sum. Is that like dumplings in some language? I don't know. Anyway, I had this amazing dinner. I was just feeling very nostalgic and I had so many flashbacks. And I was just, thinking how how weird it feels for me to go to places now, walk on the streets, go to the restaurants where I used to go before as a different person. And now it's just a completely different experience. And it feels so fucking weird. Really. Like, I was sitting in the Vietnamese restaurant the other day on the street where I used to live for 3 years. And I was just sitting there and I was just remembering that the last time I sat there, I was a completely different person, thinking about very different things, doing very different things. Everything was fucking different. My life was different. And now, just after like a year and a half, it's all changed. And it's just mind blowing. And every time I go now to a place like this, or I walk on the street that holds like a lot of memories, I just get goosebumps because it feels freaking insane. And I don't know if you can understand what I'm talking about, but it literally feels insane for me. In a very good way, though. Yeah, and so then I left the restaurant and I was walking and I met Tommy. It's like my friend who I haven't seen since I came back, and I haven't talked to him like forever. And he was just like walking just in front of me, and he was like, "Cherry!" And we just had like this amazing hug, and he was like, "What the fuck? I haven't seen you for so long," and it was so nice to see him. It's so nice to bump into people like that and who you just shared so many stories with, who you shared so many parties with, who you shared so much with, and just ha- just have this